Good morning, everybody. It is August 21st, 2023, and it is the favorite time of our week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. Guess who's who?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Paul.
Good morning. This is Bev.
Hey, and it's our favorite time of the month because we're together here in the studio.
Together again.
All right, and we're going to talk about the hidden cost to learn BioTouch. The hidden cost.
The hidden
Dun,
cost.
da, da, da. The gimmick, as we like to call it.
The gimmick.
I'll tell you, I had people that had hung out with us for years, and I remember once in a class, and the guy in the class goes, all right, you've been talking about all this and how free and da-da-da-da. He says, so all these years I'm still waiting for the gimmick.
How?
What's the gimmick?
Yeah, and you've been waiting for the gimmick?
Yeah.
Well, doesn't that just about sum up what we want to talk about?
Yeah, because that is how advertising is done, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, we were talking about that before, you know, and especially with a lot of these complementary, alternative, what's the word? What was the thing when the guy was on the street? He showed a bottle. What they call those guys? Snake oils.
Oh, snake. Oh, remember that picture we have of that?
Yeah. The empty bottle or something, right? So, you know, but it's not. You know, there's a whole movement of alternative, complementary, integrative healthcare programs.
Right.
But what distinguishes BioTouch? You know, what's the hidden cost here?
Well, let's take a look at something that we think about, but so all these other accepted modalities and practices that are out there, you know, they have one thing in common. They're still riding on the shirt tails of that which they're saying is different, right? I mean, it's still about the hidden cost, which you find out at the end of the video.
The 30-minute video that you can't fast forward, right?
And we've said this many times to each other at our board meetings and to the public. The biggest challenge of BioTouch is absolutely the opposite of that. We are holding, I'll just say it, a divine idea of coming into a place where we come together, not practicing healers and I can do this for you, just regular old people in their everyday lives who have the power to help each other and our bodies to heal. That's the difference.
Right.
And it's major, and it's very challenging for us as a foundation to continue to say, my gosh, what is the gimmick, Paul?
I mean, 35 years people have told me, you know, you got to really start charging more money for these classes, or you have to start charging for your sessions, you know, because, you know, whether we like it or not, they say, you know, society says, well, if it doesn't have a price and a high price, it must not be worth anything. Oh my God.
It's a gimmick.
There's the gimmick,
right.
Is the charge, you know.
Yeah.
So the gimmick is, we don't charge. You know, you can, at this moment, go online, learn the greeting for free.
Yeah.
Or we're going to give it to you right now. Here's a gimmick, all right? Take the index and middle finger of your dominant hand. Just practice on yourself. If you got somebody next to them, then you can practice on them because this is really about one person touching another. That's the gimmick.
That's the gimmick.
The gimmick is you have to have something, right?
You have to be with another person.
Yeah, that's the hidden cost. It has to be with another. So you take that index and middle finger, you find that breastbone on your body, and even if you're listening to a podcast, you can do this. Find the breastbone, go to the end of it, get soft, hold there 6 to 8 seconds like a butterfly. No indentation, don't draw any blood. All right. Take that same dominant hand, and if you lean your head forward, there's a big bone that pops out at the base of your neck. Go to the left of that about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Boom. We just gave you the beginning of BioTouch.
I mean, that was all of 15 seconds.
Yeah. So, you know, so the gimmick is, well, if there's no charge, then there must be something hidden behind it. It must be, oh, once I take your class, then you're going to charge me more money, and then more money, and then there's different levels. We don't have any of those.
You know, it's interesting because I thought when I was talking to this woman years ago, and it was at one of our workshops when we used to do those in person here, right? And she had gone through it, was very impressed, felt better. We practiced a couple of sets of points of that one condition, and she comes up, she says, what do I have to do to make an appointment? And I said, well, we can look at the book now while we're here, or call, or whatever, and we'll make an appointment for you. Well, what do you charge? And I'm like, well, if you read that sign right around the corner, it says we don't charge. We take a donation only. And here is what got my attention. Even in that, when I gave her the freedom as a donation, she still wanted me to tell her, well, how much is that donation worth?
Right.
And I looked at her and I said, the whole point of a donation is this comes from your heart. That even in that, we are scared to death to make a decision. You know what I'm saying?
That's a hidden cost.
Yeah.
That is hidden. It's hidden in your heart.
Yeah, right.
How can you support this organization who for 35 years, and next week we're going to talk about some history because there's a 50-year anniversary
I know. Yeah.
And that none of us are, there's no staff that's being paid, no administrators being paid.
Volunteer.
Yes. And it's been going on that way since the beginning, the inception of BioTouch. And so, the idea that unless we put a high charge on it, that it has no worth. That's just not going to be that way. Now, people charge for classes, they charge for different things. Different practitioners out there incorporate this into their business. We're not saying having charges are bad or good.
Right. No.
We're just trying to change a dynamic that gives people the opportunity to work with their heart, their consciousness, their conscious. What's a good donation? These things where it says $5 donation. Well, that's not a donation. That's a $5 charge.
A suggested donation of $5. Well, okay, you're suggesting it. And what if you don't pay that $5? You're less than or something, right?
So, and the other part, another hidden charge, and we were talking about this, is BioTouch is not the cure-all. We're not here saying, do this and all your ills will be taken care of.
It will be all gone. Yeah.
No. Yeah. You had a perfect example with Dawn, working with the allopathic model.
Right.
And incorporating it.
Yes. And we've always encouraged that. Yeah. Please. We're not here to, and I've heard you say that many times at our class, we're not here to change you. That's not our responsibility. But BioTouch has the power to begin a process of that if you will enter into that relationship that BioTouch offers all of us. So this foundation is not here to change anything. We take very seriously our responsibility of just telling the good news. There is BioTouch in the world. Come and just find out for yourself. That's what we're here to say.
And the coming is not coming here to Tucson.
Right.
That happens to be where the international headquarters are.
Yep.
And we learned during the pandemic that this internet opportunity has expanded our ability to get BioTouch around the world. We just taught you the greeting. We have classes, virtual classes. Those have a minimal charge, $48 for the class. To do virtually. It's a one-day training. We give you the whole system. We practice. We break up into groups. We give you an ebook of the entire BioTouch technique with links to the video. I mean, all of that took time and money to develop.
Oh my gosh. And here is the gimmick. When you get that technique for that one day, the gimmick is you can go and you can begin to use BioTouch with everybody in your life and be totally effective immediately.
Right.
That's our gimmick.
So, in a sense, that's the hidden cost, your life.
Yeah, right. A quality of life.
Yes.
It's what we're talking about here.
Yes. So, if that's a hidden cost you're willing to expose to yourself, we're here for you.
Yep. Yep.
We love sharing BioTouch. So you can go online, even if you just want the manual, you can teach yourself for $18. That's a membership. You get the manual with the links to the video.
Oh, how many people have done that?
Yeah.
Found us, downloaded the manual, began to work with a family member or friend, and with amazing results. That's unheard of.
And here is another part of it. What happens if you happen to not have any money? You know something?
Come on, what
just
is it?
let us know. We'll just send it to you. It's like, it's not about the dollars that we can accumulate. It's about being able to get the technique out.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes people say, "Oh, I want to take your class, but I can't really afford it." Well, can you pay $1 a month for for 48 months,
right,
or $5 a month, or what do you want to contribute?
Yeah.
So we don't want to turn anybody away, and we've got everything set now. I mean, we have the ebook, we have the class outline, so it's not like there's these huge costs, except that we have to have the website being paid for, the electricity being paid for. So we still have these minimal costs, and any way that you can help us, that's great. We really appreciate it, because it's about getting this out to humanity.
Yes, that
changing the thought process. What did you say? Everybody desires simplicity.
Yeah, there's this a running theme in humanity right now for many. It's like we need to get back to simple living. We need to get back to basics. And for me, I'm like, well, BioTouch is here at this time. It can answer the call on the many levels for that. Yeah, the simplicity of it.
And yet, it's hard for us to practice simplicity. We've never been trained in it.
No, that's the other thing, right?
When I dropped out of society and lived on the land with no running water and no electricity, it was always a dream, especially as a young hippie. Oh, I wish I could just live out on the land.
Right.
But I realized after doing it for a couple of years, had I not had a grandfather there to help me learn how to do nothing, how to live simply, I couldn't have done it.
It's hard.
I mean, I was trained from, this yay high through school and through advertising. And now what do we have? All of our news media. Jenny and I were talking about, all these people who are giving us the news, they're like adrenaline junkies.
God, no kidding. That's true.
And they're fulfilling our desire of the adrenaline.
Yes.
I was even thinking about nature, how nature is just reflecting back to us our adrenaline, our confusion, our chaos, and so we have storms, and we have floods, and we have fires
and earthquakes going. I mean, it's
so we're being reminded to simplify our life. And if BioTouch is just one step, just a simple little step of reaching out and doing the greeting with someone,
that begins the process, doesn't it?
It's a ripple effect.
Yeah.
It's a ripple effect. Guaranteed. We will give you a money back guarantee. It doesn't even have to be 30 days. I don't care if a year down the road you want your money back.
That donation you gave us, we will.
So what's the gimmick? It's time. The gimmick is we're sharing our time for your time.
That's it. And I think a lot of it is coming into a self-awareness for all of us, that it is time, not just for simpler living, but to bring ourselves together in relationship. Because when you were talking about nature being a reflection of our nature, and this, I totally agree with that. This is what Gary was saying, BioTouch eventually gives us the power to serve the planet as well, not just each other, but all the life here. That's the process that can begin.
We have Horace here who says, And we love you, Horace.
Yes,
we miss
do,
you.
Mr. Music Man.
A student learns a lot more than just doing BioTouch points when attending a class.
Thank you. Yeah,
it's true because
it's true.
our classes are designed for letting the individual express themselves. There's no dogma.
No.
There's no, there's a few sets of points that you practice. And in that, it opens us up truly to that thing we call self-awareness. Who am I? What do I believe? Can I feel safe expressing what I'm believing? It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. It doesn't matter how you eat. It doesn't matter, whether you watch Facebook, YouTube, or don't watch anything. You don't watch the news or anything. It doesn't matter. What matters is you have safety to express who you are. And BioTouch classes are designed for that safety, and even virtually.
Definitely.
We find people from all over the world taking a class together, and when we break out into those little groups, they share their personal story.
They do. It's wonderful.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I love that. Yeah.
So what's the hidden cost? The willingness to share
Getting
yourself.
better.
Yeah, getting better. Being open and vulnerable.
Yeah.
Allowing yourself to be loved.
I like
That's
that.
really what BioTouch is.
That's what it is. Letting yourself be loved.
Yes.
And cared for.
And how can you charge people for that? How can you charge people for something they already possess?
There you go.
So, we don't have any big promo videos. This is the biggest promo video
This is
we have.
it. This is all you get.
This is all you get. And you can click us off at any time. You don't have to go to the end.
You don't have to wait till the end of the show. Yeah.
But do go to justtouch.com. We have lots of information there. There's a lot of videos. There's a lot of testimonials. There's the history. We do this show every Monday because we love reminding ourselves, which hopefully is reminding you about the importance of just trying it. Just try it.
Just try it.
You got nothing to lose.
I was going to say, what do you have? And you're like, no, you have nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Again, it just takes 15 seconds to do that greeting on one another. So we're here to help you feel confident to do that and feel confident to try it. If you have any questions about what you can use, what BioTouch sets to use for a particular condition, send us an email.
Please.
We'll just give it to you. Here it is. We have workbooks. We have the ability to share with you 1 or 2 sets. My brother, who's doing a little chemotherapy now, was able to share with his wife. Just do the poison set.
Love it.
Don't worry about a lot of other things right now. And those are easy things to do.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So join in the revolution of love.
Oh, that's us.
And good to see you again.
Good to be here.
And nice to hang out with all of you. Let us know how we can help. We're always here.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, and don't forget, we have a workshop coming up about
Thursday.
fertility on Thursday.
Yes, we do. It's going to be good, as usual.
It's going to be wonderful.
Yep.
So take care. Horace, we're going to play your song again. Thanks for all your songs. This is from Horace Barnes, wrote this for us. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Days in and days out, space and time is all about feeling pressure with the pain, in sunshine or in the rain. Living is a place in mind, giving is being kind. When the pain is too much, what we need is BioTouch. When I'm touching you, you are touching me. It's a simple thing to do and a natural way to be. I know this to be true. It happens to me and you. In the middle of the day, energy just fades away. Down the line we realize we can re-energize, feeling better in the end with attention from a friend. When I'm touching you, you are touching me. It's a simple thing to do and a natural way to be.